Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show with SmartRobie. I'm your host Martin Wong. A lot has happened over the weekend, as we've seen in our YouTube, our TV, that another war has broken out in the Middle East. That is, we have seen the Hamas, which is from the Palestine, invaded Israel, and a lot of casualty has broken between those two things. And I think this one is going to be another long war, like what we've seen in the previous war about 2 years ago between Russia and Ukraine, a second war, and this is actually rumored to be backed up by Iran. So what is actually happening to this world in here? As we've seen, wars are happening in here, but how is that going to impact in the market? So far this morning, we have seen the impact is kind of minimum in here, but we have to wait for tonight, the opening of the US market, and it's still early to be told. So let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show again. And thank you for coming, and thank you, Nora, for your support in here. And so what we have right now, if you can see on the far chart, the KLCI is finding a base right now at the 1410 level. You could see this was a very nice base, and that's what we are looking for after all, since the red pentagon, which was on the I think this came out on, let me just get it right, on the 22nd of September, continue to down until we see a bit of turning, but it hasn't turned green pentagon yet. So right now we do see the agenda this morning in here. The red pentagon is there. We still need to wait for the green pentagon coming up in here. As we've seen before from the monthly seasonal return, we have seen September momentum to be very, very negative, and it's still also for year 2023 in here. So we will also relook into the hot sectors, not the stage 2 shares, as well as the support right now at 1410 in here, and also looking at the Robie FA list, which is the fundamental stocks. I do think that one has hold up. And of course, SmartRobie is powered by Pentagon Guided System, which is the creator of our company Trade VSA. Follow the smart money in here. Now let's take a look at this week, some of the past winner and loser in here. Definitely why I bring this up is to share with you that some of the big winners or the big runners are actually the penny stocks. As you can see from here, ATA INS, which was coming up from the 19 cents. I always talk about that's the level in here, but what's important is the backdrop before the big move that you see here. This is where we see a lot of smart money doing the accumulation and wash, and they will accumulate before the big push. Continue to pay example when you see this Trade VSA SmartRobie winner and loser. It's important you study the background behind it and how this kind of stocks will actually prevail what we have in here. Another good in here. So also on our VSA 360, for some of our members, continue to look into the insider buying to give the kind of support that usually before the big run happen. Now, of course, let's look at the KLCI, continue to be bearish. So right now, you can see on the left-hand side, let me just move this away. You do see the support at 1410 here, right? This is the part that level in here. But the last 3 bar, the foreign fund has been continued to leave this market. Last 3 bar continue to outflow. Unfortunately, it is so, maybe they're going to be coming back to buy. But I do know that October month, seasonality is the market bottoming, and it's doing what it's doing pretty much on schedule right now. The kind of level of accuracy or precision that we can have in here. But with the Pelangai by-election, which came out also on Sunday, which is expected, the Barisan Nasional in the Pahang state still control pretty much of it in here. The narrative has been, the Pakatan Harapan as well as Barisan Nasional still holding much of it in here, and that will be good in the upcoming, if we're going to get back this market rally back, at least retest back 1500. Now remember, we still have October month, November and December, the last 3 months generally, which I'll talk about last Wednesday. Now do take note, I'll be away for a short working trip, so there won't be any live Facebook on this coming Wednesday and Friday and the next Monday and Wednesday too, so I'll be away for 2 weeks. Okay, take note of that one. So right now this market is at these last 3 bars, just like we said here, and we are looking for sign of strength. Of course, today this test is not verified yet. We do have a first test, that's pretty good, right? We want to see a bit more in here, some sort of double bottom around 1410, then we will talk about the market can break to the upside. Now this is where we have looking into the futures chart in here. Definitely it's still in the downtrend. You can see here, right? We have the so-called distribution state hit the top 1460, and then the red pentagon comes out, which is on the 22nd or 23rd October. The market sell off right until we hit the bottom last Friday. All right, so you can see last Friday in here 1410, that's a nice support in here. Resistance will be at 1430, which is this level in here. So you know, that's likely the market's going to test back 1430, come back down, form another double bottom, and maybe let's see where it goes from there. That is likely the scenario I'm trying to sort of get the audience in here to look at, a double bottom then before it starts to turn up. But very important, the 1410, which is a double bottom, must form at that level. If it does form at that level, then you probably see a green pentagon coming up, and that's the move. Maybe we'll see the year-end rally, which I want to inform the audience, which is pretty much on time so far the last few years in here. Take note of this condition in here. Now of course, those of you who want to buy into the stage 2 shares, okay, the stage 2 shares are some of the shares that we talk about are in the continuing uptrend. All right, stage 2 share continuing uptrend. So this is where you look into these stocks. But of course, let's look into the last week, which is the 2nd of October. We have AWC. So AWC, we look into it, and you can see last week until now, this thing is still continue to move up. We'll just hit one more time. Okay, stock price, stock chart here. Switch to a 1 month chart where you get a better visibility. So you can see on the 2nd of October, yes, the market did go higher, so that's pretty good. Still in a nice stage 2 upstage. Okay, next one is Teosing. Do they make food or eggs? Let me just take a look at this. Okay, let's go to stock fundamentals and we'll know about this. 6 out of 8. Hey, not bad, man. This is a good FA stock. PE of 6.4 and dividend paying. Let's look at Teosing. Just curious what they do. We just have to wait for the website to come out in here. Oh yeah, they make eggs. Okay, eggs definitely is hot item now. They talk about whether the likelihood of removing the ceiling price for the eggs and poultry, and that's why we see this surge in here. So let's take a look at Teosing, and I'm going to hit on the stock chart, stock comment here. So move on to 1 month. Yep, a nice one. You can see from here. This was 2nd October, continued to hit up. So those of you who are looking for a good FA stock, Teosing is one of the small cap stocks, which is around 1 ringgit on that, 1 ringgit 10 cent. Next we have is Aeon. Oh, let me just close already. Aeon Credit. This one is a bit pricey. Aeon Credit CR. Aeon. Okay, I missed the E. Okay, Aeon Credit. And this is the one that is, I think it's about 11 something. Yep, 11, almost touching $12 in here. Switch to 1 month chart on the 2nd of October, hit high, and right now it's sort of moving sideways. You are better off with those less than 1 ringgit where you see market movement, and especially in the case of Teosing, did pretty well in AWC. So let's take a look at this week for the stage 2 shares. We have, the way to look at it is pretty simple. Go to the main menu on a SmartRobie, hit the ST2 daily stocks. Okay, and you want to choose those that's green pentagon. So Econ Berhad, which is going to that 35-cent stocks. Okay, stage 2 shares. Ooh, surging nicely in here after a sideways movement here. Okay, and then the market just sort of pick up from here, and that's the time sometimes you usually get cases like this. You know, market doesn't move and it picks up from here. Good one. IOI Plantation, PG, I think PG. Yep, IOI property. Okay, stocks chart, stock comment here. And looking into it, switch to a 1 month chart. Yep, started to pick up, but do take note, you have an upthrust this morning. Let's see how it is. And if you do get a confirmation on the upthrust by end of the day, that means this stock is not ready to move higher, pretty much like what we got for Banwest. Banwest was the other stocks that has a huge line change here in here, and then suddenly the market just sort of move up there. So take note of it. Next one is the car maker, I think Perdua, MBMR. Stock charts on this around 3 ringgit. Yeah, okay, to up today 2%. This is a much better one. You can see after moving sideways, a nice pullback started to pick up, and I think this is I think there'll be some value in this stocks, which is let's take a look also at the stock fundamentals. You can take a look at it, whether it is, I think this one is at least 4 if not mistaken. Yep, it's a 5. So it is a good FA stock, but really moving up in an up nice stage in here. Paying almost, wow, 11% dividend. Take note of it, members. I think that's a pretty good one in here. And if you like what are the information, education that we're sharing with you, give me a thumbs up. They're able to find some of these good shares in here. All right, with SmartRobie. Let's take a look at the next. Don't forget to subscribe to the daily newsletter as I read the newsletter, some of the highlights of stocks according to it. Let's take a look at the Robie FA list from last week, 2nd of October. Now last week we have SK Press. That was where we was just before the adjustment, and then you have SK Press continue to push up in here, ready to break up the old high that we've seen on the left hand side. That's pretty good. Next we have Aeon Credit, which we just shared with you in here, continue to break higher. That's a good one in here, and then since then the markets sort of pull back a bit here. But it's still holding up. And remember, the KLCI is already at 1410 support level, so we're at this support level in here, so the upbreak here may be just good for that one. All right, so for this week, again, 9th of October, we just talked about it just now. IOI property, I think I just have it here. Which one was the chart? IOI property 5249. Hit that one. Let me just hit that one. 5249. Hit the stock chart, stock comment, and you can also see from here. This is a nice one in here. The $1.60 are going up, but we'll see. We'll see what's this stock, how it's going to pan out it. And of course, the SmartRobie is powered by the Pentagon Guider, giving you up signal and down signal rate. And of course, right now we also have the Robie US, which we do on Friday, but not this Friday as I'll be away. So just come back for the next thing in here. So you can check the notification of any stocks that you have in your portfolio by setting up in the watch list, right, where you see the blue cell. That's the one that you have the alert in here, and also the stocks that you can add in here. Wonderful notification that you can get the Pentagon alert as well as the red Pentagon, so you can do evasive action before any market in here, highlighted in the apps under the investment in here. And right now you can also get it onto your notification. It's freebie for newbie in here, and sure, you set up your alert notification. And don't forget our regular Friday, now we switch it to the US Robie market. Especially now you can also follow the US, where you can do the investing, diversifying. And we also talk about a new collaboration that we have done last Friday, USmart, right? If you have not have an account with the US market, this is definitely one of the better ones, and you can also get a good cheap commission with good service too. That's the one in here. And of course, our continuing premium members, we continue to support their education and know-how. And if you want to upgrade your level in here, start with us. As you can see, some of our students doing pretty well in here with good results putting on the last 6 months in here, and we have another batch coming up in here for the next level. So as a summary, the KLCI right now is supported at 1410, looking to retest higher, but meanwhile just going to range around until we see some sort of catalyst in here. The Robie FA list, the one that we just talked about, will give you a good those of you thinking longer. But for those of you who are trading the VSA turbo trading style, stick to that one. That is a shorter period in here, and the returns I've shared with you before. Check out some of my old live Facebook in here are pretty good, and we continue to do those over there. All right, so our newsletter, sign up, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube if you have not done so, and also our Trade VSA package. Those of you who want to upgrade your premium membership in here with the VSA 360 features and also good ratings that we give. And of course, right now we'll be looking at some of the stocks. If you do have them, feel free to let me know and pencil those in. I'm happy to look into it. Now let me just check with our members here, and so the public here. What are some of those stocks that you like me to look into? All right, if there's no stocks for this morning in here, I'll be seeing you perhaps in 2 weeks time for a good break. Meanwhile, take care of yourself. SmartRobie there will be there still to guide you. And don't forget to share this Telegram URL code with your friends and colleagues so they will benefit too in here. With that, I bid you good morning. Have a great trading day for the remaining of the week. I'll see you in 2 weeks time. Bye-bye.